We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
Good afternoon, and you're very welcome along to our live coverage here of the National Football League Division 3 fixture between Offaly, the home county, and Clare. It's the Lidl National Football League Division 3. Offaly and Clare have both played 3 fixtures up to now. Offaly have lost their first 3 games. Clare have 1 win from 3. My name is Peter O'Connell, and I'm joined on match analysis and co-commentary by Anne-Marie Conlon, former Clare footballer. And just before we hear from Anne-Marie, we'll quickly run through the 2 teams, starting with Offaly, the home county. They've got Kelly Cunningham from Tullamore in goals, the Offaly full back line. At right corner back is Caitlin Flynn from St Mansions. At full back, Ava Dolan, Shamrocks, and wearing number 4, Anna Grehan from Naomh Ciarán. The Offaly half back line, Nicole Farley from Eden Derry. Wearing number 6 is Emer Nally from Naomh Ciarán, and at left half back is Roisin Innes, also from Naomh Ciarán. The midfield combination, both players from Naomh Ciarán. Wearing 8 is Emma Maher, and her partner in the middle of the field, Amy Gavin Mangan. The Offaly half forward line, Michelle Mann wears 10 from Naomh Milish. At centre forward is Emma Han from Ballinamuir, Dura, and wearing 12 is Marie Byrne from St Conleth's. And the Offaly full forward line, wearing 13 is Emily Bailey from Tullamore. At full forward is Ciara Walsh from Naomh Milish, and coming in wearing number 21 at corner forward is Sarah Doyle from Ballinamuir, Dura, and Sarah Doyle replacing Annie Heaven from the match programme. The Clare starting 15, Amy Lenahan from Dora Bearfield is in goals. The full back line, Rebecca Doohan, Kilmaria Bricken. At full back is Shifa Nicunnell, Dora Bearfield, and in the left corner is Gráinne Harvey, West Clare Gales. The Clare half back line, Louise Griffin, Fergus Rovers. At centre back is the team captain, Caoimhe Harvey from West Clare Gales, and wearing number 7 is Áine Keane from Miltown Malbay. The Clare midfield, Sinead Considine, the scanner, is partnered by Chloe Maloney, Kilmaria Bricken. The half forward line, Emer Keane, Miltown Malbay. At centre forward is Philomena Marnin, West Clare Gales, and wearing 12 is Amy Sexton, Kilmaria Bricken. And the Clare full forward line, wearing 13, Lizzie Roach, Burn Gales. At full forward is Cliona Blake, Dunbeg, and wearing number 15 is Laura Griffey from Burn Gales. Anne-Marie, welcome to Bretland Park in Clare. Perfect conditions and lovely setting.
Ideal conditions, yeah. The sun is shining actually as to the left of the pitch as we're looking down. Field is looking in really, really good condition. It's dry, there's a nice bounce off the ball. Perfect conditions for football today.
A word as well about the referee. The referee is Aaron Clougher from Roscommon. Anne-Marie, the 2 teams, you've been taking a look at the strengths of Offaly.
Yeah, so just looking at their last 3 games, I know they have no victory got yet, but just picked out a few. Nicole Farrelly in the half back line and Emer Nally, and they are 2 very, very tough defenders, and they love to go forward. They both got on the scoreboard against Louth. They were actually the only ones to score that day, so Clare will have to watch that, so they'll have to watch the Clare or the Offaly defence. Looking at the forwards then, Emma Hand got 2 goals against Wexford. She missed the Longford game, but she's back in now today. Marie Byrne is another very good forward from St Conleth's. She works very, very hard. Sarah Doyle, who was in the corner forward for Annie Heaven, she came on the last day as a sub and got some really good scores as well. And I've no doubt that Annie will feature later on today as well.
Clare, as we mentioned, they've played 3 games. Like Offaly, they've won 1. Their last game at home against Kildare in Clare lost by 2 points. I suppose they'll take some solace from the fact that they did play. That was a really good battle between two fairly evenly matched teams.
Yeah, it was a really good battle, and there was only a kick of a ball at the end of the day, and I know that Clare made some mistakes, hand passing errors and kick passing errors, and I've no doubt they had a break last weekend, so they'll have worked on that, and they'll want to be limiting the mistakes today and try and get a win on the board.
A word as well, Anne-Marie, about the fact that Bretland Park here in Clare, it's owned by Offaly LGFA, and it's really great to see that. There's not too many counties around. I think Armagh own their own grounds as far as I know, Offaly as well, and it's really good to see it.
Yeah, it's excellent that it's on here today, and it's a great spectacle for ladies football, and there's actually a nice crowd gathering. The weather's good for it. Just looking at the Clare team there that you mentioned, Rebecca Doohan is getting her first start today in a corner forward. Very, very tough back. Had a really good campaign last year for Maria Bricken, and she came on as a sub for the Clare team on occasions last year as well. And apart from that, the team is the same as the last day, but both the forwards and backs are going to have to work very hard today, and I know that both teams would want to get in the win here.
Conditions as well, just looking at the breeze, there's a light breeze, but it's not really that significant, Emery. Is it down towards the non-scoreboard end, if we can call it that? But I suppose definitely a bit of an advantage at the same time if you're taking a free from about 40 yards or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a slight little wind, and as I mentioned, the sun could be a factor as well. Both keepers will need to have their hats on, because if the sun is in the rise, it might be difficult, to catch a ball. But absolutely ideal conditions.
Offaly will be very keen to try and win this one, their fourth game. They haven't won one yet. They're at home. They'll see this as a good opportunity. Clare, if they're to have any chance at all of putting themselves in position to get back into Division 2, really need to win this one as well. So there's, I suppose, a need from the point of view of both teams. Yeah,
there's a lot on the cards for both sets of teams today. As you said, they'll both want to get the win. I've no doubt as well the bench will be used. It's an opportunity with the unlimited subs, we've mentioned that a couple of times, for managers to get as many girls playing as possible, kind of build up a panel for the championship. And I know this is round 4, but there's still a couple of rounds left after this, but girls will want to be, making their stake on the starting team as well.
So the referee, Aaron Clare, I think he's blowing his whistle there, so I'm not sure has the toss been made already or not. So we're just a couple of minutes away from throw-in here in Bretland Park in Clare. And Marie, in terms of, I suppose, trying out players, you've mentioned that the league needs to be about two things from the point of view of both Offaly and Clare: getting a few wins, making sure morale is good, because if you win games, everyone's going to enjoy it. But at the same time, trying out players, maybe adding, both Offaly and Clare missing a good few players that they did have last year. So I suppose they're finding out stuff about some new players that have come into both panels.
Yeah, if you look there, there's 27, 28, 29, 30 names listed on both panels, and some of these girls are minors as well, and it's a great experience and it's a great confidence booster for them, even to get 10 minutes game time, to bring on their game. It's great. I think the unlimited subs is excellent in the league, because, as I said, for managers it's an ideal situation.
It's getting a bit cloudy here now as well, so hopefully it was about 20 seconds ago, it was a lovely sunny afternoon in the Midlands.
And now the sun is gone.
And now there's no sun and it's a bit cloudy, but at least no sign of rain. So that's
and I was just looking at both sets of warm up there, they're very controlled and relaxed, and both teams are nice and calm, so they're just both teams are in a huddle now, just giving a few last minute instructions. And the referee's blown his whistle.
A decent crowd has gathered as well in the stand here in Bretland Park in Clare, and also over along on the terrace. Both teams going through just a last minute few, I suppose, instructions. Offaly having a chat there amongst themselves, just getting those last few words of motivation and, I suppose, reminding each other of their game plan. Both teams, as Anne-Marie said, plenty subs, so there's huge opportunity there for both sets of management to bring in their various substitutes. Just looking at the management team, the Offaly joint managers are Brian O'Rourke and Danny McGarvey, and their selectors are Sarah Powderly and Chloe Crow, and the Clare manager is Wayne Freeman, and his selectors and mentors are Lee Hunt, Brian Willis and Owen McMahon. So the referee now is in the middle of the field as Offaly jog into position, and Offaly Emery will be attacking the scoreboard end here in Clare, so they'll be playing into the face of a breeze. We don't want to overstate the breeze. It's a bit of a help for Clare, but not. I don't think it's going to be a huge factor.
Yeah, and just looking at the field, there's a slight incline that may favour Clare in the first half as well. I just noticed from where we're standing here. But again, maybe it might make a difference as the game goes on, but it just feels, just looking at the field, there is an incline. Both teams have lined out as per programme. There doesn't seem to be any positional switches at the moment, apart from Cliona Blake. She's gone centre forward, and Lizzie Roach has gone full forward with Laura Griffey out in the wing.
So the referee throws the ball in, and the game is on. Offaly win the throw in. Their number 8, Emma Maher, has it and pops it off. Now it's a good run from the Offaly wing back, Roisin Ennis, getting forward. Pops it off. Offaly do well now to hold on to possession. Anne-Marie Mangan has it out midfield, and the full forward did well initially to hold on to it, but then spilled possession. It was picked up nice and sharply there by Sheafrey Connell. She gives it to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney stalling on her left foot, has support outside her from Sinead Constantine from the scanner. She gives it back as far as Clare's Emer Keane, and Clare now their first attack with Lizzie Roach back as far as Keane. Keane does well to hold on to it, and shooting opportunity here now for Fidelma Marnan, and that drifts to the right as we look at it and wide. So the first opportunity for either team, Anne-Marie, within the first minute. Yeah, nicely worked there from Clare. Came from an excellent disposition in the half back line by Anya Keane. Worked the ball up nicely. Offaly will have to watch that. Clare are spreading the ball wide as they did against Kildare. But yeah, no good start from both teams. That'll settle them nicely. Kelly Cunningham now is looking for a kick out. And Kelly Cunningham goes wide with that kick out. I think Offaly do very, very well on the far side of the field to hold on to that. That was a good kick out. Up as far as well cut out there by Fidelma, or by Quiva Harvey at centre back, but Clare then lose possession in the middle of the field, and the foul there by Grania Harvey, and Anne-Marie and Amy Gavin Mangan wins it back, but Offaly give it away. That was fairly sloppy from Offaly. Clare now have a small bit of space. Good football here from Anya Keane. Pops it off as far as Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach now in on goal, bounces the ball. The referee's got his hand in the air, so it's going to be free, and she bounces it again. She's in on goal, puts it over the bar, and that's Clare's opening score. Did bounce the ball twice, Anne-Marie, so Lizzie, I suppose, would have had the free anyway, but lucky enough, I thought she bounced it twice. Yeah, I know she ran into the tackle and then swerved around, but yeah, it was 2 hops, but the referee was playing advantage, so the score stands. Good work from Clare. Second kick out for Offaly. They won their first one. Let's see how they do in their second one. Outstanding play in the middle of the field there from Offaly's number 9, Amy Gavin Mangan. That was really well won under pressure. Offaly trying to break out, but Lizzie Roach now buoyed by that opening point, wins it back for Clare, gets it forward with Clare. Spilled possession again. Offaly now trying to get out with Marie Byrne from St. Clonlet's wearing 12. Offaly get it forward. Their first attack here. The full forward Ciara Walsh from Nave Myleash has it, holds on to it well, being tracked, but gets it back as far as her wing forward. That's not a very good shot there from Marie Burns from St. Clonlet's, and it was easily dealt with by Amy Lenahan. Clare now have possession in the middle of the field with Cliona Blake wearing 14, but starting a centre forward. Good early ball in from Cliona Blake, and it's a superb support run from Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey now in on goal, pops it off as far as Fidelma Marnan, her clubmate, and Fidelma jabs that over the bar, and it's a super point from Clare. Started all the way at the back, but Amy Lenahan nice and calm with that clearance. What a run from Quiva Harvey though from the half back line. She kept going, the passes were spread wide, she went straight through and passed it off, as you said, to her clubmate Fidelma. Excellent score. Outstanding play there from the Clare captain. Third kick out now for Offaly, and they spread it this time to the far side of the field, but it's cut out nicely by Laura Griffey from Burn Gales. Picked up the break for Emma Marnan, has it again now, gives it to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake under pressure from Offaly's Emma Hand, but Cliona Blake does well to hold on to it, gets it in as far as Chloe Maloney tries to pop it off, but it's cut out by Offaly, and They try to emerge with the ball with Marie Byrne bursting through the middle. Referee's got his hand up, he's playing advantage to Offaly. Foul there on Emma Hand. They get it in as far as the full forward line, the number 21. Referee playing advantage again, that's Sarah Dial. Offaly didn't have sufficient advantage from that free that was the foul given away on Sarah Dial. So Offaly now will be trying to build something from here with their left half back, Roisin Innes from Naomh Kieran, taking this nice ball forward as far as the full forward. I thought there might have been a bit of a throw there, but eventually definitely a free given away on Roisin Innes, and it's going to be a second free in, Anne-Marie, for Offaly.
Yeah, I just want to mention Roisin there. The first 5 minutes she's been on an awful lot of ball, carrying ball up forward and winning frees. Excellent start for Roisin.
The referee has spotted a free as Roisin Innes was taking the free herself. The referee spotted that one of the Offaly inside forwards was being pulled back, so it's a first opportunity now for Offaly to put a point on the scoreboard, and it's well put over the bar there by Sarah Dial, wearing number 21, started at corner forward. So after 5 minutes, Clare lead Offaly, the home county, by 2 points to 1, and that score, Anne-Marie, might settle Offaly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the referee did spot a pull on the jersey inside, was well spotted by him. That'll help their confidence again. Cueva Harvey's on the ball, and she's after giving an excellent pass to Lizzie Roach in the corner.
Lizzie Roach now taking on Caitlin Flynn. That's a good ball forward as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney pops it back as far as Roach. Roach is in, and that's an easy finish and a good goal for Clare. And Lizzie Roach puts Clare into a 1-2 to 1 point lead, and she's been outstanding in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Anne-Marie.
excellent ball in from Lizzie, great hands from Chloe, she's popped it off, really good score. Offaly will have to watch the overlap, Clare coming in with the overlap all the time. Excellent kick out, she's looking for support now. Fidelma's putting pressure on as Roisin's coming out with the ball.
Offaly now under a bit of pressure, coming out with it. The Clare forwards defending well. Emer Nally pops it off, and Offaly do well to hold on to the ball, but good pressure coming on for Clare. The Offaly corner back, Anna Grehan, under a bit of pressure, but does stay nice and calm, and Offaly switch to play to the far side, but it's going to go out over the sideline. I'd say it's gone out over the sideline on the far side of the field, and that kind of pressure high up the field, it's good from a Clare point of view. From an Offaly point of view, it's hard to break out. You need more players coming off your shoulder quicker.
Yeah, she was actually forced to kick it across there now. She did have a bit too much pace on it and went astray. But they have it back again with Emma Maher, so she's in possession. She'll be looking for support. Emma
Maher now trying to get away from Amy Sexton. Offaly still have it. They're looking up there, the centre forward Emma Hand, trying to see is there somebody making a run inside. Referee's got his hand up, so it's going to be free into Offaly on the 45-yard line. Is there a bit of movement inside? There is from Sarah Dial, and it's a good ball in to Sarah Dial. She's up against Rebecca Doohan, and the ball eventually, according to the umpire, had drifted wide, so good defending there from Rebecca Doohan. Didn't give away the free, which is what all cornerbacks try to avoid doing close to goal. Amy Lenihan now is taking the kick out. She's hearing plenty calls for the ball outside. She hears Sinead Consign best, gives it to Sinead Consign, who gives it to Siobhan Cunnell, and she plays it out wide as far as Clare's Anya Keane from Milton Malbay, and Cunnell takes it back again, gives it to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake links up with Cueva Harvey, who loves making those runs from centre back. Nobody after this stage gives it as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane finds Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, lovely ball in as far as it eventually finishes up with Fidelma Marnan, and Fidelma Marnan, nice and low, finishes that, and that's Clare's second goal. Clare 2-2, Offaly a point. Very good run again from Cueva Harvey and Marie, but nobody seems to be following her, and that goal, a really good finish from Fidelma, but a bit too easy for Clare.
Yeah, the overlap is really putting Offaly under pressure now. The inside movement from Clare is excellent as well, so they're making diagonal runs, unselfish runs as they're called. Emer Nally seems to have been fouled there now, so it's going to be a free out for Offaly, so they just need to settle and work the ball up. It's interesting to note as well that there's only two inside forwards left for Offaly, so they're all gone back defending.
Offaly have it now, and centre forward Emer Hand pops it off as far as Michelle Mann. Michelle Mann finds Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey in, great shot. and really, really good point. And that Anne-Marie could have easily hit the top corner.
Yeah, she could have kept going a little bit further there because she had the pace, but she opted for the point instead. Clare will need to tighten up there at the back. Amy Linehan has found Cliona Blake from the kick out, and Siofra Connell has found Caoimhe Harvey.
Sinead Considine looks around, she's looking for somebody to either come off her shoulder or to come short, and Anya Keane does come short, gives it back as far as Grania Harvey. Grania Harvey gives it to her sister Caoimhe. Caoimhe looks around, Siofra Connell is behind her, gives it to Siofra Connell, who in turn finds Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake now has got Philomena Martin outside her, but Cliona Blake offs to go along. It's a very good ball in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney pops it to the runner, who is Philomena Martin. Philomena Martin 1-2 with Chloe Maloney, and if that goes over, that would be a really, really good point for Clare. Superb point. Clare leading 2-3 to Offaly's 2 points, and that was a great finish.
Absolutely, and excellent kick pass down the field as well. Superb support play as well from Clare, and they're enjoying their football at the moment.
Cliona Blake doing very well in the middle of the field, Anne-Marie as well, and seems very well suited to that role with Chloe Maloney playing inside.
Yeah, and she's given excellent passes in as well, so she's tracking back into the half back line as well. She's defending really good as well. It's interesting to note as well the Clare forwards are putting an awful lot of pressure on the Offaly backs coming out.
Offaly coming out now as we speak on the far side of the field. Referee's got his hand up, definitely going to be free to Offaly. He's still got his hand up, but Offaly have possession, so maybe they can make something happen here. He takes down his hand. It's a really, really good run from the Offaly wing back, but eventually it drifts harmlessly wide, and I suppose Anne-Marie, after a run like that from Ava Dolan, she probably needs somebody coming off her shoulder, a forward, to finish the job, because she'd made such a good run.
Yeah, I think it was a kind of a tired kick at the end. Roisin Innes is in possession again. She'll be looking for help. She's a serious bust of pace in her. Great
run from Roisin Innes. I don't think that's gone over, but I'm completely wrong on that, because the umpire says it is. And that really, Anne-Marie, that's a superb score. And Roisin Innes, as you said, getting forward and kicking an absolutely superb score. She's done that a few times.
Yeah, Roisin's captained the side, and that's a leader score there now, just to settle them a little bit. Amy Lynn has kicked it out over the sideline now, so Emma Maher is going to be looking for someone in the corner.
Emma Maher just in front of the stand here in Bretland Park in Clare, looks around, looks for somebody to make a run, pumps it into the corner. Not the greatest ball, and it should be covered handy enough by Siofra Connell, and it is. And Offaly having got a couple of good scores in the last few minutes, Anne-Marie, it's, reduced the deficit to 6 points. If they could get the next score, you sense that maybe, they'd be right back in this game.
Yeah, exactly, and they're putting pressure on the Clare kick out now. They're forcing turnovers and putting pressure. No, they're not out of this game at all. They're very much in it. Grania Harvey's looking for support, and she has found Anya Keane on the wing.
Anya Keane gives it to her sister Emer, who pops it inside to Grania Harvey. 1-2 with Sinead Considine. This is good football from Clare. Anya Keane has it, or Emer Keane has it again. Lizzie Roach has it now. Lizzie Roach taking on the Offaly number 9 Lizzie. Super ball across field as far as Philomena Martin, and Philomena Martin puts that straight over the bar, and that was an absolutely brilliant crossfield pass from Lizzie Roach.
Unreal pass to Fidelma, who was open, was free at the front of the D there, and a lovely confidence score from Fidelma. Excellent teamwork again from Clare, again from a disposition from Anya Keane.
So Clare now leading by 2-4, 10 points to Offaly's 3. It's a 7-point game. Offaly take the latest kick out from Kelly Cunningham. It's a good kick out, finds it, but it's turned over by Clare. Offaly eventually do win it back. There was a good battle there for that ball, and this is an excellent run forward now from Ava Dolan, the fullback from Shamrocks. Does well to hold on to it, gives a short pass to Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey now taking on Grania Harvey, trying to get inside Grania Harvey. Grania Harvey trying to get the near hand tackle in, but Offaly hold on to it. This is good football from Offaly. Definitely a free end. The referee agrees. He's playing advantage. The foul there on Ciara Walsh. Ciara Walsh gets the shot in, and it goes over the bar. That's a really good score there under a lot of pressure, Anne-Marie. Super score for Offaly.
Excellent score, and what a run up the wing by Emily Bailey, and she spotted Ciara inside. Excellent score. Amy Linehan has found Siofra Connell is in possession.
Siofra Connell now pops it off as far as Louise Griffin, good nice ball from Louise Griffin to Lizzie Rhodes, who finds Fidelma Marnin, lovely unorthodox hand pass back as far as Lizzie Rhodes spreads it to the far side of the field as far as Chloe Maloney in as far as Fidelma Marnin, and it's a free in. Probably a free, Anne-Marie, but I thought it was a small bit soft. But maybe. Yeah,
I think it was a kind of a slap down, and he did play advantage, but the ball wasn't going anywhere. So yeah, it's. I would imagine it will be Fidelma that will take this free kick, well within her range.
No, the one person that wouldn't agree that it might have been a soft free is Fidelma Marnin. She definitely wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't. No, definitely not.
So she's going to take this free now, and it's a handy enough free for a player of Fidelma Marnin's capability. Gets behind that very, very well. It's her second point. She's already scored a goal, and Clare now lead by 2-5 to Offaly's 4 points. So it's a 7-point game again. We should remind you, of course, that Clare do have the advantage of a helpful breeze. There's no ball, but Clare trying to get the Offaly goalkeeper Kelly Cunningham to hurry on with the kickouts, but she eventually does get a ball and takes the kick out. Good kick out as far as Emer Nally. Nally does well to hold on to it. Finds the run there from the fullback, and Offaly now breaking up through the middle. The referee has got his hand in the air, so he's playing advantage. And that was nicely worked, Anne-Marie, wasn't it?
Yes, very well worked. For the short kick out is actually working for Offaly. Eva Nolan and Emer Lally are working really well together there.
So the referee, Aaron Clare, blows his whistle. Good ball in as far as the full forward, but good defending there by Clare. But Ciara Walsh has it again now. Ciara Walsh at full forward for Offaly, gets the shot in, not the greatest shot, dealt with nice and calmly by the Clare goalkeeper Amy Lenihan. Amy Lenihan finds Louise Griffin, and Clare now with clean break out. Sinead Consign has it. Quiva Harvey's making a run. She's looking for the ball. The referee thought he was going to raise his hand there. Clare now breaking out at pace here with Emer Keane. Emer Keane pulls in the ball, gives it as far as Amy Sexton from Kilmurray Bricken. Amy Sexton sold us the ball a couple of times, pops it off as far as Fidelma Marnin, who gives it back. Fidelma is looking for it back again. Lizzie Rhodes spreads it to the far side of the field. This is a great ball from Lizzie Rhodes. Cliona Blake has it again now. Cliona Blake taking on Offaly. An Offaly player goes to ground. Referee blows his whistle. He pointed towards the Offaly goal for the free. So we'll see what will happen there now in a second. The Offaly player is up and is okay, and the referee seems to be reaching for his notebook. I'm not 100% sure who he's talking to. Does it look like he's speaking to both Cliona Blake and the Offaly player?
Yeah, he's just having a little chat with them just while there's a break in play there. Excellent diagonal passing from Clare there, again really putting Offaly under a lot of pressure, not panicking on the ball, giving it to the person in the best position. I'd say this free is going to be taken by Chloe Maloney. It's from the favoured right side. She'll be kicked off her left.
So Chloe Maloney playing at full forward, stands over this free. Clare leading by 7 points. Will it be 8? Chloe Maloney gets behind that well, but it drops into the hands of the goalkeeper. Referee playing advantage. Offaly breaking out, doing well here now. They've got 1 or 2 players on the overlap if they can get out here, but that pass went astray slightly, and it's well cut out by Louise Griffin from Fergus Rovers, and free there for Clare. Grania Harvey was kind of sandwiched there and won that free. Lovely diagonal ball forward from Quiva Harvey as far as Anya Keane. Anya Keane, the far side of the field, gives it in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney looks around, sees Lizzie Rhodes. Quiva Harvey's making a run. Lizzie Rhodes spots her. Quiva Harvey does well to hold on to that under a bit of pressure, spreads it to the far side of the field as far as Chloe Maloney again on her left foot finds Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma gives it back to Chloe. Is there a shot on here for Chloe? Chloe recycles, gives it as far as Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey spreads it to the far side as far as Louise Griffin. Gives a good play here from Clare. Louise Griffin pops it off, and not sure, the referee says there was a push. I thought it was a throw, but it was a free out on it.
Yes, I think, well, it could be, I think Louise kind of ran into her, but I think, yeah, it was a throw ball, so correct decision there from the ref. So Emer Nally has decided to go back towards her goalkeeper Kelly Cunningham, and Offaly are going to build from the back.
19 minutes gone here in Bretland Park in Clare. Clare 2-5, Offaly 4 points. The referee Aaron Clare blows his whistle again. Another free for Offaly. That free is taken by Emma Maher. Offaly hold possession. There's a lot of Clare players in front of them trying to make it difficult for Offaly to come out and run into a bit of space, but Offaly doing well. Great run there in the middle of the park from Caitlin Flynn. Super ball forward as well now. The Offaly centre forward Emma Hand had it momentarily, lost control, but finds a teammate in Emma Maher, and really nice crossfield ball now as far as the Offaly number 7 Roisin Ennis. She's already put over a great point. Thought she might have been unlucky enough there not to win a free in, but 50-50 ball here now, but Offaly win this in the shape of Emma Maher. Emma Maher under a lot of pressure from Laura Griffey. Good play from Laura Griffey, putting the pressure on, but Emma Maher did well to find her centre back Emer Nally. Emer Nally finds the centre forward Emma Hand, and Offaly now doing well to hold on to the ball here. Great opportunity here now for the right half back to put it over the bar, and that is Nicole Farrelly. And the two wing backs for Offaly and Marino have put over two very, very good scores, and Offaly showing flashes of what they can do on and off, but they, from their point of view, they need to show it a bit more often.
Yeah, they just need to be a little bit more consistent. But what a score there from Nicole Farrelly. As I mentioned earlier, we've seen her doing it against Louth, as has Emer Nally from the half-back position. Excellent score from Offaly. Clare in possession now, and Chloe Maloney has found Emer Keane on the wing. That's
a great ball from Chloe Maloney. Anya Keane has it down the far side of the field, gives it to Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach looks up, raises the head. She knows there's a shot on here. The umpire nods straight over the bar, and Lizzie Roach, I have to say, Anne-Marie, on fire.
On fire for sure, and making really, really good, intelligent runs inside, leaving the space when it needs to be, and passing off really well as well. She'll be very happy with her first half performance.
She's a very natural corner forward, just makes those really intelligent runs, doesn't come out too far either, and gives a good point of attack in front of goal.
Yeah, she loves to take on the ball as well, you know. We saw her doing it in the first 3 rounds as well. She'll be very happy with this. Offaly are in possession now with Emma Maher.
Emma Maher hopping on solo now, taking on Grania Harvey. The referee's got his hands up. It's going to be a free in for Offaly. He was playing advantage. It was won back eventually there by Schiffer and Cunnell, but the free is going to be about roughly 45 or 6 yards out. Sorry, 35 or 36 yards out, and it's going to be taken by Sarah Doyle. So Sarah Doyle now wearing number 21. She started instead of Annie Heaven in the Offaly starting 15 in the full forward line. Sarah Doyle now gets behind that well. That's gone straight over the bar. Super score. It's a 6-point game again. Clare 2-6, Offaly 6 points, and we've had just over 22 minutes in the first half. Amy Lenihan now with the kick out. Cliona Blake makes a run. Amy Lenihan opts to pump it down the field as far as Fidelma Marnan. It broke off Fidelma Marnan back as far as Sinead Considine. Sinead Considine finds Clare corner forward Laura Griffey all on her own. Laura Griffey now with the first time ball inside, but good defending from Ava Dolan. Read that very, very well. The Offaly centre back Emer Nally has it now. Free out for Offaly, and Offaly will be thinking if we can get maybe within 4 or 5 points of Clare here at half time, that they'd be quite happy with that and would have a lot to build on for the second half. Full forward, but good. The full forward for Offaly has it. Ciara Walsh, she was under pressure there, pops it as far as Michelle Mann. Offaly, the hand is up from the referee, but eventually the referee does play advantage. Roisin Ennis has it now. Roisin Ennis trying to take on Emer Keane. Good football from Ennis. She needs a support play though, and she finds Emily Bailey. That's a great score, Anne-Marie, and we've seen some superb points from play from the two Offaly half-backs and some of the Offaly forwards as well.
Yeah, excellent score, makes it a 5-point game. Clare have kind of gone to sleep in the last couple of minutes now. They need to up their game again, but really good work from Offaly.
Great ball from Amy Sexton as far as Laura Griffey. Laura Griffey now gives it to Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma raises the head, looks up and puts that over the bar. I have to say, Anne-Marie, that I suppose from an attacking point of view, some great scores, some really, really good shooting from the two teams. But at times, some of the forwards have a lot of space, and I'd say Offaly in particular would need to tighten up in that regard.
Yeah, I think Offaly are going forward and they're finding it hard to get back in time. It seems to be the issue at the moment. But they contested a really good kick out there again. Roisin Innes, who has been outstanding, but she's been dispossessed by Cliona Blake.
Cliona Blake finds Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney solos the ball, looks around, needs a runner. She finds Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma gives it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, the hand pass in to Laura Griffey. Good shot, great save, and it's a really good save from Kelly Cunningham. She deflects it around for a 45. There was a goal on there.
Yeah, excellent spin and turn there from Laura Griffey, which was low and hard, but Kelly Cunningham got down and made the save, and it'll be a 45 for Clare. Looks like Chloe Maloney will be taking this 45.
So Chloe Maloney now, will she look for a runner, or will she try and put over from there, which she's well capable of doing? So let's see what happens here. Doesn't seem to be too many runs inside, so maybe she's just going to try and put it over, but instead she decides to go backwards, and then eventually the referee said took too long. So definitely there, Anne-Marie, you needed some of the forwards making a run. There wasn't enough forwards showing for the ball at the time.
Yeah, Offaly had extra players back as well, so it put the Clare forwards under pressure to make runs, but Offaly will be very happy with that now. They have their free. It looks like Emma Maher that's taken it.
And Emma Maher gives it to the Offaly full-back, Ava Dolan, who's breaking forward. Emer Nally is fouled. And so Emer Nally now looks around, needs a run. The Offaly inside forward went to ground. Unlucky there, the full forward, Ciara Walsh. Clare now trying to take advantage of this with Quiva Harvey. She finds Fidelma Marnan. There's an Offaly player on the ground. This is Chloe Maloney has now break of great speed from Clare. Fidelma Marnan gives it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney would need to turn on her left foot, but is tapped on the head, and that's a free in.
Yeah, Chloe dropped the shoulder there and won her free. Again, very good work from Clare. Really quick with their hand passing. Not giving Offaly any time to get in a tackle. Excellent work again.
So we've got about 3 minutes left in the first half. The referee, Aaron Clogher, is, I think, noting a number there. It's a 6-point game, so this will be a good opportunity for Fidelma Marnan to make it a 7-point game. Fidelma about 25-26 yards out, dead straight in front of goal. She's already put away a goal and put over a couple of points. Fidelma Marnan, Clare's top scorer, gets behind that well, no doubt about it. It's a 7-point game. Clare 2-8, Offaly 7 points, and Clare will be trying to add a score or two before the interval, Anne-Marie, and equally Offaly will be trying to maybe get one back.
Yeah, exactly. I know that Kelly Cunningham here is looking for support out the field. She has found Amy Galvin, and now it's Emer Lally working the ball out.
The Offaly centre back pops it off. It's going to be a hard ball to win here for Offaly's Marie Byrne, but she does very well to hold on to that under a lot of pressure now. Gives it back. 1-2 there between the two wing forwards, Michelle Mann and Marie Byrne. And Offaly full back is bursting up the field now, Ava Dolan, but spills possession, and now Clare have got a lot of space at the far end of the field. A couple of Offaly defenders gone forward. Chloe Maloney looks up, first time ball, lovely diagonal ball, but maybe a bit overhit for Amy Sexton. You could see exactly what Chloe Maloney was trying to do, Anne-Marie, but it was just that bit overhit, and it rolled out harmlessly wide.
Yeah, she spotted the run from her clubmate Amy Sexton inside. Amy had made a diagonal run from this wing right across. Unlucky, it was just a little bit overhit.
Long ball forward now. Great ball forward as far as Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey now striding forward, trying to get away from Louise Griffin. It's a brilliant run. Can she pop it off? Goal on for Offaly if they can get the shot in, and it goes 2 or 3 yards wide. And that, Anne-Marie, was an absolutely superb run from the Offaly corner forward. And but the shot
Yes,
eventually went wide. It was a great chance for a goal.
Yeah, Sarah Doyle a bit disappointed with that shot, but excellent run from Offaly, and thereafter winning Amy Linehan's kick out through Amy Galvin.
Offaly now breaking forward. Amy Gavin Mangan has it in on goal. There's definitely a goal on here. It's an excellent save from Amy Linehan. Just about managed to keep it out, and Clare rescued it. Offaly have had 2 goal scoring opportunities in the last 30 seconds. They still have the ball in the middle of the field now as we approach half time. About 40 seconds left plus injury time. That's definitely a free to Offaly, and you can see that those 2 goal opportunities that Offaly have had have definitely energised Offaly. They'll feel they definitely should have finished one of them. Emma Maher has it. She gives it to Nicole Farrelly. Nicole Farrelly gives it back to Maher. Maher holds off Fidelma Marnin. Offaly now throwing the ball around with Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis needs somebody to show for her as she tries to break forward. The referee's got his hands up, playing advantage. Great run from Roisin Ennis, and the referee says that there wasn't sufficient advantage because that attempted shot or pass from Roisin Ennis wasn't really going anywhere, so it's going to be a free in for Offaly. And Anne-Marie, Offaly will be disappointed that at least one of those 2 goal chances didn't hit the net, but I suppose they'll be thinking, we can create these chances, maybe we might take 1 or 2 more of them in the second half.
Exactly, and that'll do their confidence a world of good. They're moving really, really well now. They've settled into the game a bit more, but I have to note the Offaly half-back line are absolutely outstanding, going forward at all times. This wide ball just goes wide from Sarah Doyle. She'll be disappointed with that effort.
Sarah Doyle has had some very good moments in this first half, but that one went wide. Amy Linehan now, long kick out towards Chloe Maloney, broken by Offaly by one of the best players on the field in the first half, Roisin Ennis. Ciara Walsh has it now. Referee says she overcarried, so bit of a let off there for Clare, and we're in injury time. We're exactly a minute into injury time here in Clara. Clare leading by 7 points, 2-8 to Offaly's 7 points. Caoimhe Harvey, excellent ball forward from Caoimhe Harvey as far as Anya Keane. Anya Keane pops it to Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin taking on Offaly. Referee's got his hands up, he's playing advantage. Gives it as far as Cliona Blake, and Cliona Blake kicks that, goes wide. Advantage was over. Referee decides that is the last play of the first half. 32-minute first half, and it's finished in a 7-point half-time advantage for Clare. Clare leading by 2-8 to Offaly's 7 points. And Anne-Marie, plenty to talk about.
Absolutely, it's been intense stuff, very entertaining game, lots of excellent scores from both sides, excellent passing, excellent foot passing diagonally, I must say, from both sides as well. Offaly will be disappointed with their 2 missed goal scoring opportunities, but they will take the world of confidence from that going into the second half. Clare, I'd say, would be relatively happy with the performance. Just to tidy up a little bit more in the forward line. I know there's some really good runs being made, but just to settle a bit more in front of the posts.
So that's the half-time score. Clare leading by 2-8 to Offaly's 7 points. The 2 Clare goals coming from Lizzie Roach and Fidelma Marnin. Perfect conditions here in Bretland Park in Clara. Offaly will have the advantage of the breeze in the second half. Now, it's not a very strong breeze, to be fair, but it definitely is helpful, and you feel that if they could get the first score or 2 of the second half, that it could be a real battle. We're going to take a bit of a break now for a look at some highlights, and in a few minutes we're going to be speaking to the Offaly PRO, John O'Keenahan, and it's going to have so I'm looking forward to that chat. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look at some first half highlights.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
As far as Lizzie Roach now in on goal, bounces the ball. The referee's got his hand in the air, so it's going to be free, and she bounces it again. She's in on goal, puts it over the bar, and that's clear from Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey now in on goal, pops it off as far as Fidelma Marnin, her clubmate, and Fidelma jabs that over the bar, and it's a super point from Clare. Was being pulled back, so it's a first opportunity now for Offaly to put a point on the scoreboard, and it's well put over the bar there by Lizzie Roach now taking on Caitlin Flynn. That's a good ball forward as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney pops it back as far as Roach. Roach is in, and that's an easy finish. It goes as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane finds Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, lovely ball in as far as eventually finishes up with Fidelma Marnin. The centre forward Emer Hand pops it off as far as Michelle Mann. Michelle Mann finds Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey in, great shot, and Chloe Maloney pops it to the runner, who is Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin 1-2 with Chloe Maloney, and if that goes over, that will be a really, really good point for Clare. Superb point.
Again, she'll be looking for help. She's a serious bust of pace in her.
Great run from Roisin Innes. I don't think that's gone over, but I'm completely wrong on that, because the umpire says it is. As it now, Lizzie Roach taking on the Offaly number 9 Lizzie. Super ball across field as far as Fidelma Marnin, and Fidelma Marnin puts that straight over the bar, and that was an absolutely brilliant from Offaly. Definitely a free end. The referee agrees. He's playing advantage. The foul there on Ciara Walsh. Ciara Walsh gets the shot in, and it goes over the bar. And that's a really good. It's a handy enough free for a player of Fidelma Marnin's capability. Gets behind that very, very well. That's her second point. She's already scored it. It's the centre forward Emma Hand, and Offaly now doing well to hold on to the ball here. Great opportunity here now for the right half back to put it over the bar, and that is Nicole. That's a great ball from Chloe Maloney. Anya Keane has it down the far side of the field, gives it to Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach looks up, raises the head. She knows there's a shot on here. Instead of Annie Heaven in the Offaly starting 15 in the full forward line, Sarah Doyle now gets behind that well. That's gone straight over the bar to take on Emer Keane. Good football from Ennis. She needs a support play though, and she finds Emily Bailey. That's a great score. As far as Laura Griffey now gives it to Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma raises the head, looks up, and puts that over the bar. Runner, she finds Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma gives it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, the hand pass in to Laura Griffey. Good shot, great save, and it's a really good dead straight in front of goal. She's already put away a goal and put over a couple of points. Fidelma Marnin, Clare's top scorer, gets behind that well, no doubt about it. It's a 7 point. Now striding forward, trying to get away from Louise Griffin. It's a brilliant run. Can she pop it off? Goal on for Offaly if they can get the shot in, and it goes 2 or 3 yards wide.
Amy Galvin.
Offaly now breaking forward. Amy Gavin Mangan has it. In on goal. There's definitely a goal on here. It's an excellent save from taking on Offaly. Referee's got his hands up. He's playing advantage. Gives it as far as Cliona Blake, and Cliona Blake kicks that, goes wide. Advantage. And you're welcome back live to Bretland Park here in Clare. Some really good first half highlights there. Reminder of the half-time score as you can see on the screen. Clare leading by 7 points. Clare 2-8. Offaly 7 points. I'm delighted to be joined here now by the PRO of the Offaly Ladies Football County Board, John O'Kinahan. And John, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, it's been a very frantic up and down game. I thought Clare got off to better starts with the goal, and then towards the end of the half, Offaly have been kind of on top and winning a lot more possession around the middle third, and they're very unlucky not to be closer. There 2 great goal chances just before half time, so you know, if one of them had went in, you're in for a very interesting second half, and you know, they're creating the opportunities is the big thing now.
Your 2 wing backs, Roisin Innes in particular, she's been brilliant. Nicole Farley got a great point from play as well.
Yeah.
Emma Bailey as well, wearing 13.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah, the two girls, two wing backs there, Nicole and Roisin, have been knocking around a good few years, and they're really showing their experience out there. Roisin is leading by example as captain, and Nicole there, it's becoming a trademark of hers to chip in with a point now in the games, if you have wing backs who can score as well, like it's a huge plus, because teams don't know what to do with them when they're coming down the field. And then Emily joined the panel a couple of weeks ago, after a long-term injury, and it's great to see her back out there, and she's really coming into her own in this game especially, so it's great.
Is there a scoring goal here in Bretland Park? I mean, if I was to guess, I would think it is what I would call the lower goal here, the non-scoreboard one, but is that my imagination? It could be.
No, I'd be inclined to agree with you. I think the town end goals, as we call it, maybe is a bit more open behind the goals, and I think there's too much. I think players find that there's too much to be looking at behind the goals as they're kind of picking their spot, whereas down the other end it's just trees, so it's kind of easier you can pick the goalposts out that bit easier, and I hope it's the scoring end anyway. No, I suppose we'll know in 30 minutes.
We have to say, Jono, as well, that it's just fantastic that the Offaly Ladies Football Board own this ground.
Yeah, it's deadly. I suppose in the last 2 years we've kind of really took it over and made it our home, and it's great to have a venue as I said to you earlier on before we went on air. In other years, you're kind of, until maybe an hour before the game, you weren't 100% certain that you had a venue, until you arrived at the game and you were told everything is good to go. And I suppose we've been lucky enough with the weather today, but in other years, if it's rain and clubs they want to help you and want to accommodate you, but to have their own teams and their own venues to look after too. But to have the peace of mind that you have your own pitch, and unless it's very bad weather, the game is going to go ahead and there's going to be no issues, and you have the ground. And then even for the players, they know at the start of the year that the majority of their home games are going to be here, if not O'Connor Park now, if we're lucky enough to get in there. But to have that home and have that stability, and they're able to kind of plan their lives a bit more around that, especially if they're from the north or south of the county, they're not worried about timings and everything like that. They know how long it takes to get to Clare, they know they're going to be here, and they also have the advantage, I suppose, you're training on the pitch during the summer, and when in the Sunday mornings and stuff like that, it is your home, and you're comfortable around the surroundings.
The second half, Jono, I mean, if Offaly were to get the first score, maybe first two scores out of the second half, you could sense that it could be game on. I mean, it's a 7-point game, but I'm not sure, is it a 7-point game, if you get me?
Yeah, as we said already, the goal chances before half time would have closed that gap a bit more. And if Offaly, if they could get an early score too, as you said, or get an early goal, it really tests the character of Clare as well, and it give Offaly great confidence boost going into the second half. If ladies football is a funny game, as everyone knows, a goal or two and the whole thing is turned upside down. So please God, Offaly can get a goal now and just bring the game to life and make for a very interesting second half.
You came up from Division 4 last year in the league, Jono, but a bit similar to Clare, maybe missing a few players that you did have access to last year.
Yeah, I think off the panel that played the league final last year, I think we're short 7 or 8 girls, which is too many off a team that won a national title at Division 4 to be going up to Division 3, and that's just, unfortunately, we're just unlucky in that regard, between injuries and players gone travelling. They were more available to us the last few years between COVID and whatnot. Now it's kind of, the world is open again, they're gone travelling. There's 6 or 7 of them actually playing football in Australia today, which is crazy as well, but that's just such a life, I suppose.
Okay, well, Jono, listen, thanks a lot for joining us. Great to talk to you.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
Great facilities here, and I'll talk to Anne-Marie now in a sec, and we'll just get the microphone back onto Anne-Marie. As you can see now, Offaly on their way out, so Offaly will have been, I suppose, had a good chat there at half time, and kind of ran through what they need to do to get back into this game. It's a 7-point game, as I said, 2-8 to 7 points. We're going to take a quick break now for an ad break, and we'll be back in a minute.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
And you're back live at Bretland Park. Peter O'Connell joined again by Anne-Marie Canlon, former Clare footballer, for the second half. Just before we hear from Anne-Marie, as you can see, Offaly are out. We'll quickly run through the two starting 15s. Don't see any change on the Offaly team yet, but we'll just keep a close eye on that. They've got Kelly Cunningham in goals, the full back line, Caitlin Flynn, Ava Dolan, Anna Grehan, the half back line, Nicole Farley, Emer Nally, Roisin Ennis, the captain. Midfield for Offaly, Emma Maher is joined by Amy Gavin Mangan. The half forward line, Michelle Mann, Emma Hand, Marie Byrne, and the Offaly full forward line, Emma Bailey, Ciara Walsh and Sarah Doyle. The Clare starting 15, we'll keep an eye again as to are there any changes or not, but the team that started: Amy Lenahan, Rebecca Doohan, Shifra Cunnell and Gráinne Harvey. The half back line, Louise Griffin, Cueva Harvey, the captain, and Anya Keane. Midfield, Sinead Considine, Chloe Maloney. Clare half forward line, Emer Keane, Fidelma Marnan, Amy Sexton, and the Clare full forward line, Lizzie Roach, Cliona Blake and Laura Griffey. And Anne-Marie, we're waiting for Clare to come out, and I suppose both teams will have a similar approach to the second half. They'll want to get the first score and put down an early marker.
Yeah, and I know I nearly say it every day, but these first 10 minutes are going to be crucial here again for both sides. Offaly will want to start creating some more scoring opportunities. I know they'll be disappointed with their misses in the first half, but Clare will want to advance in their 7-point lead and try and get it register a few more scores on the scoreboard. And I'm sure, no doubt, that Wayne Freeman will bring on some more substitutions, or some substitutions as well. Looking forward to a very entertaining second half here again. Just chatting to the crowd there at half time, they're all very happy with the game so far, and it's been very enjoyable.
Down in Keasley Park in Ennis, the Clare male footballers are playing Kildare. They're leading Kildare by 4 points at half time, 11 points to Kildare's 7, and we'll keep an eye as well on how Offaly are getting on in their league match, in their National Football League match. As you can see, Clare coming out for the second half, so just half an hour left at half time. Just a quick look at the scoreboard at half time. It's Offaly leading by 2 points, 7 points to 1-2. That's against Westmeath in the National Football League, and that's in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. So the second half about to begin. The referee, Aaron Clogher, is ready to go, and Anne-Marie, I think it's fair to say that one thing that I've liked about the referee is he plays advantage a lot and only gives the free, like if there's no advantage at all.
Yeah, he does. He's letting the game flow, which is great to see. Some refs blow the whistle all the time, but it's good to see a nice flowing game of football. So that it's he's been very fair so far, so let's hope this continues in the second half. He's about to throw the ball in now, and the ball's about to be broken down by Chloe Maloney, but it's Offaly midfielder Emma Maher that has won the free.
Wins it, and Amy Gavin Mangan is going to take it from Maeve Kieran, the two Offaly midfielders from the same club, and Amy gives it back as far as Emer Nally. Emer Nally now soling the ball. Cliona Blake in front of her, trying to hold her up. She gives it back as far as Amy Gavin Mangan again, breaking forward. It's a very good run. The Offaly centre forward now is in. Great opportunity of an early score for Offaly, and that's an excellent score there from Emma Hand, and that's exactly what Offaly what would have wanted to do at the start of the second half.
Yeah, that came from a free one by Emma Maher from the throw-in. Really good work by Emma Hand to pop the ball over the bar. Clare in possession now with Shifra Cunnell, and she's found Cueva Harvey. Cueva Harvey. Support on the wing. She's found her sister Gráinne.
Gráinne has it now left corner back. Chloe Maloney has a bit of a bang further back the field. In the meantime, Fidelma Marnan has it, links up there with Anya Keane. Emer Keane has it now. Emer Keane gives it, pops it back. Fidelma Marnan finds Quiva Harvey. On this side of the field, Amy Sexton is free if Clare can spot her. Anya Keane is getting ready to make a run as well from right half back. Cliona Blake spreads the play to the far side. It's a good ball, good cross-speed ball from Cliona Blake as far as Laurie Griffey. Griffey gives it as far as Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake has it again. Clare need to maybe get a shot away eventually at some point here. Fidelma Marnan will shoot if she gets any chance at all. Gives it to Cliona Blake. Cliona Blake now sees the run from Quiva Harvey. It's cut out, and Offaly now can hit Clare on the break if they can control this. And it's a very good run forward there from Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis, early ball inside as far as inside to the full forward. The Offaly full forward Ciara Walsh, but that's very good defending from Siofra Cunnell. Offaly thought there might have been a hand in the back there, but Siofra Cunnell, Anne-Marie, is just in all games. She's a rock solid fullback.
Yeah, she's very solid. If you want someone to mark a player, a danger player, Siofra is the person for it. Cliona Blake in possession here now, but she's been dispossessed by Amy Galvin. Amy Galvin has won free. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving here after we've spotted whether he's a waved advantage. Roisin is on the ball, and she's found Emily Bailey.
And Emily Bailey has the shot, and that I thought it looked wide from here, but it was a really, really good effort. Just from the angle we were at, the umpire was in no doubt, but actually Clare is saying it was wide as well. So the referee, maybe our first instincts, Anne-Marie, were correct.
Just looked like he was on the outside of the
yeah.
He's having a conversation with the two umpires and has been waved wide. The Clare management were protesting. Offaly were having other ideas.
Yeah, I have to say, it did look, but you know, I always believe umpires, Anne-Marie. So, but goes wrong now for Clare. The kick out goes wrong, and Offaly have it again. Another shot on goal, and this time there's no doubt whatsoever about it. Amy Gavin Mangan puts that over the bar, and it's down to 5 points now, and there's definite momentum, Anne-Marie, with Offaly.
If you notice, Offaly are pushing up on the Clare kick out, something that they didn't really do in the first half, and they're forcing Amy to kick wide, and they're putting pressure coming out. Quiva Harvey's on the ball. She'll be looking for support if she can see Siofra Cunnell. She spotted her.
It's well worked out by Clare. Fidelma Marnan has it now in the middle of the field, crossed into 45, pops it off as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney taking on Offaly. Good run from Chloe Maloney on her left foot. Great effort off the crossbar, and Offaly off the top of the crossbar. It looked as if it was going over the bar. Offaly do well now to win that back, and they've got it with Michelle Mann, and Offaly playing with renewed intent and renewed energy. Beautiful ball forward, and a great run there from Caitlin Flynn. Can Caitlin Flynn go down the ball? Thought she might have been pushed in the back. Referee says, yeah. Fidelma Marnan gives away the free, and Offaly now going to have this free from just maybe 10 yards infield, about 45 yards out roughly. Offaly making a substitution as well, or Clare in fact making a substitution, and Cliona Blake is coming off,
and Megan Downs
is coming in. I'd say I'm slightly surprised Cliona Blake is coming off.
I think she was carrying an injury coming into the game, so maybe he's wanting to rest her, but he'll give Megan a chance. Megan had a great game the last day, so let's hope that'll continue.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they said to the Offaly team at half time, but they've come out with a new sense of like momentum and pace this half, so they've started very, very well, and they're putting Clare under pressure.
Clare did well that time to hold up Offaly and win the free out. Referee says bring it forward there another 15 or 20 yards. 5 point game. Looking at the clock, 5 minutes gone in the second half, so 25 minutes left. There's plenty of time for Offaly to maintain their momentum that they have created at the start of the second half. Siofra Cunnell pops it as far as the substitute Megan Downs. Megan Downs gives it back as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane finds Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach had a great first half, put away the first Clare goal. Fidelma Marnan put away the second Clare goal. Fidelma Marnan has it now, still does well to hold on to it, gives it back as far as Megan Downs. Megan Downs sees Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey, crossfield ball, extra ball to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney on her left foot. This should be going over the bar. It is excellent score, really well put together, and very neat finish, Emery.
Yeah, lovely movement there from Caoimhe Harvey and Megan Downs and Chloe Maloney. Excellent score that will settle Clare now. Clare Offaly had started the brighter. Kelly Cunningham now is kicking out, but Lizzie Roach has possession. If she can spot Chloe Maloney, she's free inside. She has spotted her.
Great ball. Chloe Maloney has it with an excellent ball from Lizzie Roach. The referee playing advantage. Shot is on for Chloe Maloney, and she puts that over the bar. Excellent score. 2 points within a minute by the Clare number 9, who's playing at full forward at the moment, Chloe Maloney, and we know how potent that left foot is, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, very, very, very balanced player, excellent score. She had made the run aside. Lizzie Roach spotted her, well spotted when Lizzie was under pressure. Really good score again for Clare.
Kelly Cunningham takes the kick out and does well to find her left half back, Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis under pressure from 3 Clare players. The referee says that's a free out. The referee says bring it forward a bit there. So Roisin Ennis, who's been, I would say, Offaly's outstanding player up to this point, takes that free, finds Emma Maher. Emma Maher now ups the pace, takes on Clare, tries to see is there somebody infield that you can pick out, and there is, and the Offaly player goes to ground, and that's Emma Bailey from Tullamore, who's had a very good game as well. It looked very sharp. Nice ball in as far as Sarah Doyle. Offaly now trying to build a scoring opportunity here. Emma Hand has it. Emma Hand overplays the ball. Unlucky. Clare have the free out taken by Shifriny Cunnell. Caoimhe Harvey has it, wearing 6 in a right half back position at the moment. Pops it as far as Anya Keane. Clare now breaking forward. Amy O'Dwyer, Shea Constantine. Good football from Clare. Philomena Marnin did very well to hold on to that under a bit of pressure. Had a shot on goal, but that was a absolutely superb block there from Roisin Ennis, and I don't think we're exaggerating, Anne-Marie, when we say that Roisin Ennis looks like a complete half-back. She's able to defend, she's able to win ball, able to attack, forward, and able to take a score.
Yeah, very, very versatile player. Has been outstanding here today. Working really hard, encouraging her teammates around her, which a captain should do. Really good. I think Offaly are making a substitution now. Looks like Annie Heaven is coming in. She came on as a sub the last day and got 3 points, so Clare will have to watch her.
Chloe Maloney from distance has a shot. It's going to drift harmlessly wide, and Offaly now are a bit keen to make the substitution as soon as they can. I think they're going to take off Ciara Walsh, their full forward, and as you said, Anne-Marie, Annie Heaven coming in. Annie Heaven is from the St Manson's club here in Offaly, so that's Offaly's first change. Both teams have made one change apiece. Clare leading by 2-10 to Offaly's 9 points. So those 2 points from Chloe Maloney turning a 5-point deficit into a 7-point deficit. As far as the home county are concerned, the ball breaks in the middle of the field, where it's picked up nicely by Anya Keane. Clare now with Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach, you can see why the referee gave that free. Probably a small bit of a barge, Anne-Marie, and free out for Offaly. I
think as a forward, it's very hard to stop your run and try to move to the side, but refs are giving it as a barge all the time, so unlucky, but Offaly in possession with Amy Galvin. Offaly
now breaking forward with Emily Bailey, streaking away from 2 or 3 Clare players. It's a great run from Bailey, gives it to the substitute, back to is it Emily Bailey again, and the Offaly wing forward has it now, tries to thread a ball through. Who's just going to break for it? Breaks for Sarah Doyle, and she puts that over the bar. That's a really good finish from Sarah Doyle, and it's back now to 6 points. 2-10, Clare 2-10, Offaly 10 points, and even though it's a 6-point lead, Anne-Marie, Offaly still, Clare make another substitution. Offaly still in this game. You feel that there's probably another chance or two for them.
Yeah, no, they're still very much in it, and they're creating opportunities. You know, they just need to get on the scoreboard a bit more. Clare making a substitution there. Ciara McCarthy from Conroy Britton is in for Laura Griffey from Burn Gales. Looks like I missed that. I think there was an overcarry there, so it's a free in for Offaly. Roisin Ennis is in possession. She'll be looking for support.
Roisin Ennis decides she can do most things, but she's probably saying, okay, I probably better let one of the forwards take this free. So that forward, the one who's just put a point over a minute ago, Sarah Doyle, roughly maybe 30 yards out, if that. So this to bring it back to 5 points. Sarah Doyle gets behind it well, but it drifts well wide, and that definitely a missed opportunity for Offaly. Maybe Roisin Innes should have taken it, Emery.
Yeah, it would have brought it down to 5. So Sarah will be unlucky with that, or will be disappointed with that. Amy Linehan has found Fidel Marna from the kick out, but it's been intercepted by Amy Galvin. Amy
Galvin now breaking forward, great run. Fidel Marna trying to do a bit of defending. The Offaly player goes to ground. The Offaly management were saying, we think that was a free in. The referee has got his hand up now for a different offence. Emily Bailey has it now, kicks it, but goes to ground under pressure. Free in for Offaly, just at a bit of an acute angle. So is it kickable in terms of putting it over the bar? Well, it's going to be a tricky one. Need a left-footed kicker maybe to have a go at this. So we'll see what will happen here. It's still a 6-point game, and Offaly definitely 12 minutes into the second half have created plenty of scoring opportunities, so it's going to be interesting now to see, will they go with will they go short for this one, or will they is it Roisin Innes has taken it, I think, and in fact it's the centre forward Emer Hand, she kicks it, and that's a super score, I think. The two, or is it? No flag has gone up yet. The flag is eventually, it does go up. There's a small bit of doubt there. But that Emery from Emma Hand, the centre forward, that was a great score.
Yeah, I would say I think the two umpires had a little consultation across the post there, but absolutely outstanding score from Emma Hand. And Offaly are right back in this game. 5 points, it's all to play for.
So the nearest Offaly have got for much of this game is 5 points. Excuse me. So if they can maybe get the next score, well, who knows what will happen. They definitely have a free here. That was brilliantly caught, that kick out by Emma Maher, the midfielder. And there's a real energy and edge to this game now. The referee, Aaron Clare, is calling over Emily Bailey to him. He's ticking her name. Clare took the free quickly. Feldman Marnan breaks forward, and Clare have it now with Emer Keane. Long ball forward from Ciara McCarthy, but that drifts harmlessly enough wide, and Clare don't, on that particular occasion at least, add to their score of 2-10. Offaly 11 points, 5 points in it. Look at the clock, 14 minutes gone in the second half, so 16 minutes left. Plenty of time for either team to make something happen here. Clare to add to their 5-point advantage, Offaly to continue to try to get back into this game, and that's exactly what they're doing here now with the substitute Annie Heaven. Annie Heaven gives it as far as the centre forward is in on now. Great shot, great chance of a goal, and it seemed to hit the crossbar, but it did go over the line. According to the umpire, that shot, I think it was from Emma Hand, the centre forward, and it's now a 2-point game. And Offaly have been threatening for a long time. They've created goal scoring opportunities before this. They've been threatening for a long time to get a goal. They eventually have got that goal, and they're right back in it now with the referee playing advantage for a foul on Roisin Innes. She gives it to the centre forward. The centre forward puts over a superb point again. Emma Hand. Absolutely great score, Emery.
Yeah, Offaly are right back in this. Have worked since the minute they came out in the second half. They're like a different team. Clare under pressure. They're going to be making a substitution. It looks like Joanna Doohan is coming in for her teammate Amy Sexton. Amy has done quite a lot of unselfish runs there in the forwards for the last 40 minutes, so she'll be ready to be happy with her game. Joanna will come in and she'll go forward with the ball. Amy Linehan is looking for someone from the kick out, and she's found Gráinne Harvey.
So 15 minutes left. It's a 1-point game in Bretland Park in Clare. Clare leading by 2-10 to Offaly's 1-12. Offaly with that goal and a point there from Emma Hand, right back in this game. They were 7 points down at one stage after Chloe Maloney put over those. The last scores that Clare scored were 2 successive points from Chloe Maloney. That put Clare into a 7-point lead. Offaly have hit back for 1-3 without reply. Good run from Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney trying to get into a position where she can get the shot in. She got the shot in, but it dropped short. It was well dealt with by Kelly Cunningham. Roisin Innes has it now. Roisin Innes pops it, and Offaly have it now in the shape of Michelle Mann gets it forward. Is that going to go out over the sideline? It isn't. I think Sarah Dial's going to win the race for that one. Sarah Dial fouled there by Rebecca Doohan. She goes down on the ball, and out near the sideline, Sarah Dial is going to need somebody now to make a run from Offaly. So she decides to just pump it in around the house, see what's going to happen here. It's good defending, really good defending there by the Clare cornerback, Gráinne Harvey, who goes to ground, and she's supported by Amy Linehan. Clare under pressure at the back, but trying to come out with it with Louise Griffin now, and the referee says that's a free out taken quickly by Clare, by Louise Griffin, and she finds the other wing back, Ani Keane. Ani Keane finds the substitute Megan Downs. It ends up now with Philemon Marnan. Not a room in front of Philemon Marnan. She finds Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach pops it off. As far as Clare's captain, Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey finds the left half back, Anya Keane. Anya Keane gives it to Lizzie Roach. Can Lizzie Roach get a shot on goal here? Ciara McCarthy definitely can. She's got a great right foot on her, but it just drifts slightly wide. It's still a 1 point game. Clare leading by 2-10 to Offaly's 1-12. And Anne-Marie, every scoring opportunity from here on in now is going to be vital for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. Ciara was disappointed with that effort, but I've no doubt she'll get on the ball again. Ball has gone out over the sideline there by Kelly Cunningham, so it'll be Ciara McCarthy who will take this sideline. She'll be looking for options.
Ciara McCarthy now on as a second half substitute along with Megan Downs, looking for somebody to show for this, and the referee says it took too long, and not sure what happened there, Anne-Marie, but
I think she just took a little bit long.
Just took too long. Yeah. Like I was trying to see a bit of movement there. There didn't seem to be huge movement from the Clare substitutes. But anyway, the line ball has been overturned and given to Offaly. And Offaly now, I'd say, will have a free in a second. The referee's got his hands up. Nicole Farley has it now, and it's going to be switched across field to Offaly's captain, Roisin Innes. Roisin Innes from Naomh Kieran has had an outstanding game. Lovely ball forward to centre forward Emma Hand. Emma Hand pops it as far as Emma Maher. Emma Maher goes to ground, thought that was going to maybe a free in, gives it back as far as the centre forward Hand, and off her left foot, Emma Hand puts that over the bar. Equaliser here in Clara. Offaly 1-13, Clare 2-10. And Clare now making another substitution. Clare making another substitution, and they're bringing in Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers. Haven't seen anyone come off yet. I think it's going to be Louise Griffin from Fergus Rovers. So one Fergus Rovers player replacing another. And Anne-Marie, 11 minutes left. It's level, but the momentum is definitely with Offaly.
It is. It's game on now. Both captains are telling their teammates to calm down and just to relax a little bit. But this girl who has been outstanding all day, Roisin Innes, has won the ball. Ball has gone into the forward line. It's broken down by Siofra Niconnell. Siofra's looking for Sinead Constant on the wing. She's found her. Sinead's going to be looking for the offload, and she's giving it to Siofra. Siofra's giving it to Fidelma.
Great football there from Siofra Niconnell, bursting out. That's, from a Clare point of view, that's what they need. Somebody to show a bit of leadership. Caoimhe Harvey has now pops it as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney does really well to hold on under huge pressure, turns, puts that over the bar. Great finish from Chloe Maloney. But I have to say, Anne-Marie, that was made by Siofra Niconnell.
Absolutely, she won her ball back in the half-back line, as she's done on numerous occasions. Today, a good reply from Clare. That's what you need, a good answer from them. But it's going to be in a very exciting 10 minutes.
Absolutely, it's been a superb it's been a great second half here. Really, really good second half. Clare at 1 point, we're 7 points up. Now they're a point up. Chloe Maloney has kicked their last 3 points, and that seems to be, I suppose, from a Clare point of view, the tactic, Anne-Marie, that they break forward and they try to get Chloe Maloney on the ball in a position that suits a left-footed kicker, or maybe Fidelma Marnan coming from deep. They're probably the main scoring threat. Lizzie Rose did very well in the first half, but finding it a bit harder to, I suppose, get into goal scoring positions in the second half.
Yeah, Chloe Maloney's making her runs from the half forward line, and she's getting into good positions there in the front of the D, and as we know, she's well able to score, so Clare will need to get more ball into her.
Kelly Cunningham now takes that kick out and goes to the far side of the field. Offaly player won it, goes to ground. I thought probably carried the ball out over the sideline, definitely did, but was definitely fouled as well in doing so. So the referees is holding up play here for a second. Let's see, there's a clear substitute coming on here. It's Emma Healy from Bourne Gales wearing number 22. So another substitution for Clare, who are a point up, 2-11 to Offaly's 1-13. So Emma Healy coming on. I haven't seen, is it Ani Keane, I think, is coming off, or in fact it's her sister Emer.
Emer, yeah.
So Emer Keane coming off from Milton Malbay, replaced, as we said, by Emma Healy from Bourne Gales. So thankfully the Offaly player on the far side of the field is okay again, and is ready to go, and the free is going to be taken, and Offaly will be Emily Bailey makes a really good run there, showed for the ball excellently, because they needed somebody to make that run. The centre back Emer Nally breaks forward and she's fouled, so Emer Nally wins that free. Offaly, they're making a substitution of their own now. They're bringing on Eve Kelly from the home club here in Clare. So Eve Kelly, wearing number 24, comes in, and she's replacing Sarah Doyle, wearing number 21. So Sarah Doyle has had a good game for Offaly, but as we were talking about earlier on, before at the start of the game, both you can make unlimited substitutions in the league, and definitely every substitution here vital as well, because Emery, you don't want to make a substitution in such a tight game that upsets the balance of the team.
No, absolutely not. There's only the few minutes left now, so I would imagine there won't be too many more substitutions. Clare in possession with Chloe Maloney. Chloe has been fouled. Ref is playing advantage. Looks like there's a head injury there to Louise Griffin.
Lauren Griffin
hopefully
went
she's
around
okay.
there, very bravely went in for that ball, and just as she was competing for it, definitely got a bang, but she's going to get a bit of treatment here now. She's moving and everything, so she's sitting up, so she's going to be okay. But Clare now with this free, Chloe Maloney, this is definitely within kicking range for Chloe Maloney and Marie, and could be absolutely vital.
Absolutely, scores are precious now at this stage. Well within her range. She may opt to go short. There is a slight little wind that we had chatted about early in the first half. She'll be looking for a runner, but as we said, it's well within her range.
So Chloe Maloney now just outside the D, takes a couple of steps back, bounces it, solos the ball. 3 Offaly players on the goal line in case it drops short. Philip Martin makes a run, looking for a short one. Chloe, well, look, it was by her standards, it was a poor effort, but she's able to put over from the kind of distance. So Offaly now making another substitution, so I think she was justified in going for the score. Offaly making a substitution. They're bringing on Roisin Milif from Ballinamere Dora, and she's replacing Marie Byrne from St Clonlets. So the game is going to resume here now. Still a 1-point game. Kelly Cunningham from Tullamore. She hears the call from Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis goes to ground, as does Philomena Martin. The two of them get up, they're grand. And Offaly now in the shape of their substitute, Roisin Milif, win it back. Ennis has it again. Roisin Ennis bursting forward. It's a brilliant run from Roisin Ennis. Fouled yet again. There's an Offaly player free on the far side, but the free, well, it was just about held on to very, very well. Because she was under pressure to hold on to that ball. Was the Offaly number 4 Anna Graham, did really well. Offaly now breaking forward and holding on to it, looking for a runner. They find a runner in Amy Gavin Mangan. There's an Offaly player free on the far side of the field. If Offaly can see her, they switch it as far as Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis has it, taking on 2 Clare players. Spills it. That was brilliantly won back there by Chloe Maloney. Outstanding football from Chloe Maloney. She's eventually, her jersey is pulled back by Roisin Milef, and that's definitely a free for Clare, and a really good moment there from a Clare point of view from Roisin Maloney. We saw it earlier on from Saoirse Ní Chonaill coming out of full back. Chloe Maloney decided, I'm going to win this ball back and I'm going to show leadership here, and that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, and actually Roisin Milef was after receiving a yellow card for that tackle, so Roisin had just come on the field, so ref was having none of that, so Offaly down to 14 now for probably the rest of the game at this stage.
So Roisin Milef, very disappointed. She just pulled the jersey back, and unfortunately from her point of view the referee was very, very close, saw what happened, gave a yellow card. There's only 4 minutes left, so Offaly will have a player less, 14 players for 4 minutes, as we see that left-footed shot from Megan Downs drift wide, so it remains as it was. Clare leading by 2-11, 17 points to Offaly's 113-16, a 1 point game. Just over 3 minutes left. Offaly have 14 players, Clare have 15, but a fascinating last few minutes left here. Excuse me. And well, that crossfield ball from Offaly was a bit too ambitious, and it was well cut out by Ciara McCarthy. Chloe Maloney, her clubmate, has it now. Chloe Maloney shot on, lovely skill from Chloe Maloney to create the space, turns back inside. Referee doesn't blow the whistle, doesn't say it's a free in or a free out. I don't think it was either, to be honest. The ball runs out over Offaly's Emily Bailey. Clare win the free. It's taken nice and quickly as far as Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gives it to Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma Marnan is the shot on for Fidelma Marnan from about 35 yards out. Fidelma has the shot. It did curl a bit, but not enough. And probably, Anne-Marie, you know a lot more about this from a forward's point of view. Probably should have been a bit more patient and maybe held on to it.
Yeah, and maybe turn back inside. There was players free inside, but it was within the Fidelma's range. But yeah, she needed to turn back in. Emer Nally's in possession now. She'll be looking for support coming out of the half-back line.
Referee's got his hand up. Emer Nally says, I'll take the free. She stops, looks for a run. There's a player on the outside in Anna Grehan, but Emer Nally opts to go back as far as her full-back, Ava Dolan. Everyone knows now that everything that happens for the next few seconds is vital, and Ciara McCarthy, really big moment there because she blocked down Emer Nally, won the free, and I have to say, Anne-Marie, I know she had a shot that went wide, but I think Ciara McCarthy has done well. Yeah,
she's had 2 dispositions there the last 5 or 6 minutes, working very hard since she came on. Clare won't be in any rush now taking this. It looks like Offaly are making another substitution.
And they're bringing on Becky Bryant and taking off Emer Nally, and unless she's injured, Anne-Marie, or something like that, like Emer Nally, I think has had a really good game for Offaly at centre back.
Yeah, she's been excellent. She's run forward time and time again and track back. She's played very well.
Fidelma Marnan now has it, holds on to it, gives it back as far as Megan Downs. Clare now just deciding to hold on to the ball. They know that they're a point up. There's just over a minute left, so they don't need to do anything too spectacular. They definitely won't want to kick the ball away. The ball into Roisin Considine, definitely a free out. Caitlin Flynn wins the free out. So can Offaly now build from the back and maybe look at creating an opportunity for an equalising point. Their full back bursts forward. Ava Dolan. Fidelma Marnan goes to ground, gets up, switches to the far side of the field as far as Emily Bailey, who's been one of Offaly's best forwards. She's got great pace and is really good at taking on the play. Great run forward, gets it in as far as the inside forward. Annie Heaven has a shot, and I don't know, did that hit the post, Maria? What it hit? It didn't go into the net anyway. And referee blows his whistle. It's going to be a free in from the. I think it's going to be free in from the 21-yard line, is it?
Yeah, that hit the post. Looks like the referee played advantage, but this could be the equalising score for Offaly. Really well worked up.
Well spotted, Anne-Marie, as well, because I got so excited there that I God only knows what had happened. But so anyway, yeah, free in for Offaly. This is definitely going to be well within the range of Emma Hand on the 14-yard line. This is definitely going to go over the bar, I'd say. Oh, famous last words. I can't believe it. Went wide. And Anne-Marie, that's
off for Clare there, but
Offaly in again now. Offaly, the centre forward is in. Goal on. They can win it here. Great save by Amy Linehan. The shot from Emma Hand. And, well, I mean, I don't want to be cruel, Anne-Marie, but how many chances do Offaly need to win the game? I mean, they've had...
What a save.
Or at least equalise the game.
Yeah, what a save from Amy Linehan. Let off there from coming out in possession. Clare lost it. Emma Hand got possession. She had the head down. She had a great shot, but fair play to Amy Linehan. But it was dispossessed by Roisin Ennis again. Offaly have a 45. They'll be looking to equalise now. The next, I think, time is up.
Yeah,
so,
we're a minute and 15 seconds into injury time, so it depends what the referee plays. But that save from Amy Linehan, definitely a match-winning save. Annie Heaven has it now, so Clare will be doing their best not to give away any more frees. Roisin Ennis, Offaly playing the ball back. Everyone, all but 29 players, 28 players inside the Clare half of the field. Offaly now have a bit of space here, and one of their substitutes takes on the play back as far as the cornerback. The cornerback is Anna Grehan. Do you want the cornerback taking on a shot in a situation like this? Well, she says no, and but Offaly now have possession, but they need somebody to get a shot in on goal as well if they're going to equalise. Michelle Mann has it. Clare defending in depth, doing their best not to give away the free. The Offaly centre forward Emma Hand has it again. Crossfield, well cut out there by Sheaferney Cunnell. That was great defending from Sheaferney Cunnell, and now Quiva Harvey has it. Quiva Harvey gives it back as far as another substitute, Aisling Morrissey, who's come on as well. And Clare now should be able possibly to hold on to this. 2.5 minutes of injury time gone. Clare now breaking out. Ciara McCarthy gives it as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney pops to the runner, who's Fidelma Marnin. Great run from Fidelma Marnin, finds Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach, can she get the shot in? She can, but it drops short. As far as the Offaly goalkeeper Kelly Cunningham has it now, so this must be last gasp opportunity for Offaly to come out with this ball. But great play there from Ciara McCarthy, breaking up the play, but Offaly managed to hold on to it with Ava Dolan and now break forward, and they've got it up as far as the player Emily Bailey. She can make something happen. Emily Bailey now taking on Sinead Constantine. She finds Emma Hand on her left foot. Will she opt for a shot from here? Will the referee say it's a free in? No, it's neither. She finds the midfielder Amy Gavin Mangan. Roisin Ennis has it now, gets the shot in, but it drifts wide, and that probably is that. 3.5 minutes gone in injury time, and Anne-Marie Offaly have had those opportunities. Now that was a very difficult one for Roisin Ennis, but it was I suppose an effort that she just felt she had to have a go at.
Yeah, and you know what, they've had the opportunities, and I think, to be honest, without a draw would probably be a fair result here for both teams. You know, there's been a game of two halves. Clare dominated the first half, Offaly have dominated the second half. Clare are doing a little bit of
Amy Linehan is
wardrobe sorting out there. Yeah, she's just tying her lace.
Getting her lace tied there by
it's all down to the ref now. Whoever wins possession here now, it's going to be crucial.
So the referee says there's still time. There's been 4 minutes of injury time. Clare now have the ball back with Amy Linehan. Amy Linehan nice and calmly finds Sheaferney Cunnell. Sheaferney Cunnell finds Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey knows she wants to get out of there, and Chloe Maloney has now sold us the ball, holds on to it well. That's good football. Quiva Harvey supporting that run again, finds Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin taking on Offaly, taking on 2 or 3 Offaly players. The referee's got his hand up, so he's playing advantage, second advantage. Fidelma Marnin holds on to it. The referee says it wasn't enough of an advantage there. Free in, about 30 yards out. This will shoot a right-footed kicker, so I'd say Fidelma will probably take this one, and if she can put this over the bar, well, that probably will be that. Or Anne-Marie, I suppose. The main thing is, okay, put it over the bar ideally,
or kill the ball,
or kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get the ball dead.
Yeah.
So Fidelma Marnin should put this over. It's well within her range, but it goes short in as far as Kelly Cunningham. Referee says still time, 5.5 minutes. This has to be Offaly's last chance to equalise, to get it forward. Now, can an Offaly player or a Clare player win this? It's brilliantly cut out by Sheaferney Cunnell, and Stephen Cullen finds Sinead Constantine. That was outstanding defending there from the Clare full-back. The referee says that's it, 6 minutes of injury time, and it's finished in a 1-point win for Clare. It's finished Clare 2 goals and 11 points, Offaly 113, and everyone just kind of standing around there, Anne-Marie, in a bit of almost in a daze. I suppose Offaly would be very disappointed that they didn't at least get an equaliser and equalise, and Clare would be thinking.
Clare would be very, very,
that they were
relieved, I think. Yeah, Clare would be very, very relieved. Offaly would be very disappointed. Very exciting game from both sides. It kept everyone on their toes. Offaly will be disappointed. They had a couple of chances there at the end, but there was serious pressure from the Clare backs on them. You know, Clare worked the ball up the field, won their free. But what a game of two sides.
What a game.
Two halves.
And just before we finish up, Anne-Marie, just looking at some of the the performances from both teams. Clare, Claude Maloney dug very deep when a few scorers were needed there at different points. I thought Stephen Cullen had a great game at fullback. Phil Martin and Lizzie Roach in the first half were really good. Was there anyone else that stood out for you from a Clare point of view?
Yeah, they would have been the main ones. Everyone tried hard, even the subs came on that worked very, very hard as well. But you have to look at the wing back for Offaly, Roisin Ennis. Absolutely outstanding today. Covered every blade of grass in the field. Her work rate, her passing, her leadership skills were phenomenal, and she's one to watch, definitely. Yeah,
she was outstanding. I thought Emer Nally and Emma Hand did very, very well as well for Offaly, and Emily Bailey wearing number 13 at corner forward. Like, she looks like a class player. Like she the way she solos the ball, and she just kind of glides nearly rather than runs, and
serious pace on
really
her.
Good player.
Yeah, serious pace. As well, Sarah Doyle did very well until she was substituted. Nicole Farrelly, Emer Lally, all the ones you mentioned there were absolutely outstanding. Offaly were very disappointed. 3-point loss last week, 1 point today. They're going to have to up their game again now for their next game next week. Clare face down at home in Cusack Park. That's going to be a very, very tough test as well. They'll need to be a big performance as well next Sunday.
And just finally, Emery, that save from Amy Linehan when I think it was Emma Hand was through on goal. I mean, that won the game for Clare.
Absolutely, it was an unbelievable save, full length, because Emma Hand was going for the bottom right hand corner as we faced it, and Amy got her body across and made the crucial save. And she made a save in the first half as well that was vital.
So that's about it from Britland Park here in Clara. It's finished in a 1-point victory for Clare. Clare winning by 2-11 to Offaly's 113. Just before we finish off, just wanted to thank Anne-Marie for your analysis and everything, Anne-Marie, and for staying so calm as well. We had 1 or 2 dicey moments here.
We did.
In the commentary box.
No one got hurt.
So thanks a lot to Anne-Marie for that.
At the top.
Thanks to Tracy Whelan as well for staying very, very calm too. Alan Foodie on camera, thanks to Alan for everything, and also thanks indeed to John O'Kinahan for joining us at half time with some great words of wisdom from an Offaly point of view. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, many thanks, and talk to you again soon.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.